On June 7, 2023, 17-year-old Valerie Tindall climbed into her green Honda Accord and drove off for a lawn mowing job. But Valerie never arrived at work, never came home, and never answered her phone again.
This is Valerie Tindall. She is missing from Arlington, Indiana. She was last seen around noon on Wednesday. The sheriff's department says she is believed to be in extreme danger.
At first, police were told Valerie had simply vanished. Her boss, a man her family trusted, claimed she never showed up that morning.
So I spoke to you at your house on about, I think it was Saturday, June 10th. I saw you outside. Do you remember me stopping by?
Yes.
Okay. And I asked you that day when you saw Valerie last, right?
Right.
And you remember what you told me?
Tuesday.
Told me Tuesday before Wednesday, the Wednesday before she gone, right?
Right.
And that's not true, is it?
No.
But behind that lie was a web of deception, a string of false stories, and a horrifying truth buried deep in the soil of Rush County.
When was the last time you saw Valerie?
Wednesday afternoon.
Wednesday afternoon. Where did you meet up with her at?
South High Gardens.
South High Gardens in Shelbyville.
Yes.
Okay. And what were you driving at that point?
I had my truck and the car both.
You had the truck and the car, both at
South High.
South High.
Right.
So the what did you drive there that day?
The truck.
With your trailer too?
Yes.
Okay. How did the car get there?
I had moved it there like the day before, 2 days before.
Why did you do that?
Because she was going to take off.
So you gonna give her a car to use?
No. No, I was just going to give her a ride.
Okay. So she called you on Tuesday?
No, she told me a couple days before she was going to leave.
What began as a missing teen case quickly unraveled into a chilling investigation. Officers would trace phone pings, uncover hidden cars, and listen to a trusted neighbor change his story again and again.
So she got out there. Did she take her phone?
Yes.
Okay. And she got in this pale blue car with this guy.
Yes.
What does this guy look like?
I have no idea. I didn't see him.
Okay. Could you tell that, was he by himself?
Yes, from what it looked like.
Okay. And then from there, when you dropped her off, where did you go?
I went back to the house.
Went back to the house. Your house.
My house.
In Arlington.
Yes.
Okay. That was the last time you seen her?
When I dropped her off, yes.
That's the last time you talked to her?
That was the last time I talked to her.
Okay.
Yes.
Each lie pulled them closer to the truth, that Valerie hadn't run away, and she hadn't left with a mystery boyfriend. She had been betrayed by the very man who was supposed to keep her safe. And when the FBI joined the search and the shovels broke ground behind a shed, the secret that Patrick Scott fought so hard to hide would finally come into the light. How did a trusted family friend become a killer? And what really happened on the day Valerie Tindall vanished? It was Wednesday, June 7, 2023. The weather in Rush County was mild, the kind of summer day when the air feels light, the skies clear, and teenagers crave freedom. For 17-year-old Valerie Tindall, it was supposed to be just another workday. She grabbed her keys, slid into her green Honda Accord, and set off to mow lawns. She told her mum she'd be back later. She never returned. When Valerie didn't come home that night, her mother, Sheena Sandifer, grew frantic. Calls went unanswered, friends hadn't seen her, and her boss, neighbor Patrick Scott, claimed she never showed up for work.
All right, Patrick, so you're here today because of Valerie Tindall, who's been missing or run away since June 7th, which was a Wednesday of this, right?
Right.
Now, you know Valerie because a couple different ways here. One, she's your neighbor, right?
Right.
She lives there kind of like in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay. And she also works for you, right? In the
Right.
summer, help mow grass and things like
Part-time,
that, right?
yeah.
Part-time, okay. And when she does that grass, when she does mow grass for you and works with you, is she usually with you? Do you drive her from job to job?
Yes.
So you guys are always together?
Yes.
Okay. So there's never a time where you have her meet you at a job? You
Just once.
just once?
Just once.
How long ago was that? Before June? Before she ran away?
Yeah.
Before she left? Okay.
Yeah. Right after, shortly after school let
Okay.
out.
All right. Okay.
By morning, Sheena reported her daughter missing. Police hesitated on an amber alert, but issued a statewide silver alert. Officers scoured traffic cameras, questioned friends, and combed through neighborhoods. Still nothing. Then came the first break. Valerie's Honda, abandoned at an apartment complex, its license plate missing. It didn't look like a runaway. and the man who reported she'd never come to work just happened to mow lawns at that very complex. Brought in for questioning, Patrick admitted she had met him that day.
So were you there mowing when she showed up on Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay, so you're at South High Gardens mowing grass.
Yes.
She shows up in her car, her green Honda Accord.
Right.
Okay. Then I take it you stopped mowing.
Well, I was already done.
You're done, okay. And you met up with her, right?
Right.
And what? She got in Ford Taurus with you?
Right.
And you guys left South High Gardens?
Right.
And left her car there?
Yes.
Along with your truck and trailer?
Yes.
Okay.
He claimed he dropped her off to leave with another man in a pale blue car, but detectives had the data.
Okay. And what happened at home?
She got out of the car and got in with another guy.
Okay. What kind of car did she get in?
It's just kind of a pale blue car is all I know.
Pale blue?
Right. Model, I can't tell you, I don't know.
So you say pale blue, that mean it was dark? Or bright? Light?
No, not dark. It would be...
Valerie's phone never left the area. Her last pings placed her right back near Arlington, near Patrick Scott's property. The lies were stacking up, and the quiet country town of Arlington was about to learn the truth. Valerie hadn't run away. She was already much closer than anyone wanted to believe. It was October 11th, 2023, 4 months since Valerie Tindall vanished without a trace. Hope was fading, but detectives weren't done. Cadaver dogs swept over land near Patrick Scott's property. They alerted near a pond, but divers found nothing. The case could have stalled there. Then investigators studied aerial scans. Behind a shed on Scott's second property was a suspicious patch of disturbed ground. The dogs had said it once already. Something was wrong here. On November 28, 2023, they made their move. Deputies served search warrants at Scott's home while the FBI and local officers dug behind the shed.
Sheriff's Department!
Just chill. I'm not gonna knock it. Just chill. I'm not gonna kick it in. Don't come to it.
Hey, Patrick. Hi, guys. What's going on, Patrick? You alright?
Yes.
Got some search warrants for your property here. We need to come in and talk to you, alright? Okay, let's go on in.
Shovels struck something solid, a rectangular wooden box, carefully built from 2x4s and sheeting board. It was sealed tight, layers of tape binding black plastic within. The stench told the truth before the lid was even lifted. Inside, wrapped and hidden away, were the remains of 17-year-old Valerie Tindall. The community's worst fears had come true. Valerie had never run away. She had been buried all along, on the property of the man her family trusted the most. At the sheriff's department, detectives confronted Scott. This time, there was no escape, no pale blue car, no runaway story.
5 months ago, June 7th, Valerie disappeared. Okay? As June 7th went, that day, we know Valerie was with you. Admittedly, you told us that. But on June 7th, you drove Valerie ultimately back to your residence. Okay? And you arrived at your residence at 12:59 p.m. Okay? And then between 12:59 and roughly 4 o'clock, something happened. And our job was to fill the gap in to try to figure out what happened. And as the investigation unfolded, that led us to today, in which we found the box with Valerie's body in it behind your shed.
They told him they'd found Valerie, wrapped in plastic, sealed in a homemade coffin.
Because we have her in the box, okay? Wrapped up multiple times, taped up in the box of the OSB and the 2x4s that you bought, next to the box that we talked to you earlier about that had the porn videos in it.
Had what?
Had the porn videos in it. We got her in the box next. So you know we have found her. And I didn't want to bluff you on that. I wanted you to know that. And as you're sitting there tearing up wanting to cry, all right? So, I'm going to read you your rights. This is the opportunity for you to explain the why.
And finally, Patrick Scott broke. Through tears, he claimed Valerie had tried to seduce him, that she threatened to tell others he was making moves on her. He said he panicked.
I could have come in here and said, Patrick, do you know why I'm about to talk to you? Because that's the common thing. And that was the first thought in my head that I was going to do to you. And then I said, no. Because I think deep down you love Valerie, And I know you love your family, okay? So I decided that when I come in that door just now, that I'm going to give you an opportunity to explain the why. Patrick, today's the day. Family deserves this closure, and you deserve this closure. You hear me? You deserve this closure because this has ate at you. We can tell that every time we talked, all right? Explain to me what happened to Valerie and explain the why. Because we deserve it, and everybody else deserves it as well. What happened to Valerie?
Valerie got carried away.
Doing what?
Huh?
Doing what?
Doing what?
Mm-hmm. Just lay it out to me. Lay it out to me. What happened to her?
She tried to blackmail me into buying her a car.
Okay. And what happened?
She thought she was going to seduce me and it wasn't going to happen. Things just got carried away.
Well, explain that to me. What's that mean? Does Linda know about it?
Nope.
Okay.
Nobody knows.
It's your chance to tell me what happened.
She tried to seduce me and I wasn't going to have it.
But what happened to Valerie? That's where you're stopping. What'd you do to her?
What'd I do to her?
What'd you do to her? Tell us what you did to her.
Strangled her.
With what?
A belt.
Okay. And then what'd you do with it?
I moved her into the office
Okay. How long was she in there?
till the next day.
What did, where's the belt at?
It's gone.
Okay.
Things got out of hand. He admitted he strangled her with his belt, kept her body in his house overnight, then built the box and buried her behind the shed.
And so you put her in the office, and then the next day you built the box. Where'd you build the box at?
Backyard.
Okay. And then when did you put her in the box?
That same day I built it. I didn't say nothing. I just knew she wasn't going to blackmail me.
Yeah. So because of the blackmail, was that your intention to kill her? To avoid the blackmail?
She was going to tell everybody that I had my way with her, and that never happened.
Okay. So then, was that your plan? Like, if you were going to be blackmailed, right?
Right.
So was that the plan to kill her?
No, that just kind of happened.
Okay. Because she was going to blackmail you.
It was a confession as cold as it was hollow, the words of a man trying to excuse the inexcusable. It was late June 2023, just weeks after Valerie vanished, when Patrick Scott first sat across from investigators. The 59-year-old lawn care boss and trusted neighbor looked calm, too calm. At first, he claimed Valerie never showed up for work that day, but detectives pushed and the story changed. Suddenly, he admitted she had met him at a job site, but insisted she left with a mystery man in a pale blue car. The problem? Valerie's phone told a different story. Her text messages and pings placed her back near Arlington, not in Homer, where Patrick claimed he dropped her off.
Now, I'm just going to kind of be honest with you here for a minute, Patrick, okay? So, her phone location, which way did you say the blue car went on that day when you dropped her off?
Which way what?
The blue car, the day you dropped her off on Wednesday, which way did you go?
It turned like it was going out 44 toward Rushville.
Okay. Did you actually see it turn left or right on 44?
No, because that's the way it kind of was angled, and I turned and I just went right on up the pike.
Okay. Did you ever notice it following you, being behind you for any reason?
No.
Okay. So, we know, just from you telling me right now and confirming with other things that we know, I know where her phone was at during that time before it was shut off.
Right.
And it was shut off closer to Arlington, not Homer, okay?
Right.
All right. And she actually sent a message just before she shut it off, and that put her closer to Arlington, okay?
She sent a message?
Yeah. So it's very important right now that you tell me the truth, that she wasn't with you at that point.
No, she wasn't with me.
Okay? Because here's the deal. I mean, if you're helping her,
No.
if you have been helping her, this is the time to stop and now tell us where she's
No,
at.
I have not helped her. But if she would have showed up at a job site asking for money, I would have given it to her.
Did you do that?
I would have. I haven't.
Okay.
When detectives confronted him with this, he shifted again. He admitted moving her car to an apartment complex, but denied stripping the plates. Every answer only raised more questions.
So you have no idea where this girl's at?
No, I have none whatsoever. I swear to God, I don't know where
It
she is.
is hard to believe you on that.
I know.
For the mere fact.
I know.
You lied to us from the very beginning.
I know. But I do not know where she's at. I really don't.
We probably could have found her we probably could have found her. Right?
Maybe. I don't know.
Probably could have found her a lot easier, a lot quicker.
Detectives pressed harder. They asked him to call Valerie's numbers. Everyone was disconnected or reassigned. They showed him her last phone activity, messages sent near his own neighborhood. They reminded him that his lies were stalling the search for a 17-year-old girl. The calm neighbor facade was cracking. Still, Patrick doubled down. He insisted he was only helping Valerie because she wanted to run away. He painted himself as a father figure, someone trying to protect her from strict parents.
And I think that I think she wants to leave, okay? I think she wants to leave her mom and dad's, and I think you know that as well. And that's what she's always implied, right? She was leaving. She always says she's leaving, right?
Right.
The scenario that plays out in my head is that you were willing to try to help her somehow, which obviously you did. I mean, semi-helped her a little bit, just from what you told me. Now, I think it's further than that. I think you helped her more than what you're telling me. That's just how...
I didn't. I haven't.
Just how it looks. It's how it looks. It's how it feels. Everything kind of shows that. It just seems weird to me, that you didn't want this young girl to be found right away. If you did, you would have told us right away when we talked to her, or when we talked to you. Or you would have said something on Wednesday. I think you knew on Wednesday that she was missing, right? You knew Wednesday something was wrong, right?
Yeah.
Because I noticed that in your text messages, I noticed that on Wednesday, June 7th, she told you she's going to be there soon. You remember that?
No, but...
It said, I'll be there soon. Okay? And at 5:40 p.m., you asked her where she was. You said, hey, where are you? Okay? Why did you ask that?
I wanted to find out where she was at.
Had you talked to her parents already before this message?
No.
When did you talk to her parents? Exactly. I know you did at some point.
6:30? 7 o'clock?
On Wednesday?
Yeah.
So on Wednesday, her parents talked to you?
Yeah, her mom.
Her mom did?
Yeah.
And told you that she wasn't home? What did she tell you?
Wanted to know if she was still working.
And what did you tell her?
She said, no, she didn't work today.
Okay. But you didn't want to tell her that you saw her though, right?
No.
Why not?
She said she wanted to go.
She said she wanted to go, so you're helping. You're trying to help her. Don't want to dime her out, right?
Right.
What makes me believe? What can you do to make me believe that you're still not trying to not dime her out right now?
I'm not trying to get her in trouble. I don't want to get her in trouble. I mean, I could have got her in a lot of trouble with her dad, but I didn't want to.
Okay.
I mean, he's pretty mean with her.
Okay. So you see the scenario in my head is that you're this nice guy. You're kind of like a father figure to her, probably. She probably looks up to you a little bit, maybe. I don't know. Maybe she does. You're trying to help her. Okay? So the best way you can help her right now is if you know exactly where she's at, is to tell me where she's at.
I do not know. I swear to God.
Any idea at all?
Nope. I thought she went to Illinois. I really did. I thought she took off that boy to Illinois.
But investigators weren't buying it. The more he talked, the more it looked like he wasn't protecting her. He was hiding something. By the fall, cadaver dogs and aerial scans pointed to his property. Search warrants were drawn, and when Valerie's body was discovered in a sealed wooden box on November 28, 2023, detectives confronted Patrick with the truth. For the first time, Patrick's mask slipped. He cried, he fumbled, and then he admitted the truth. But his words rang hollow, a desperate attempt to justify the unjustifiable. When the tape of his confession ended, there was no more doubt. Patrick Scott, the trusted neighbor and employer, had murdered Valerie Tindall and buried her like garbage. It was March 2024, less than a year after Valerie's disappearance shook the quiet community of Arlington. Patrick Scott, the man who once mowed lawns with her and sat at her family's dinner table, stood before the judge. His trial was never going to happen. Not after the evidence, not after the confession. Instead, Scott chose a plea. He pleaded guilty to murder, and in exchange, prosecutors dropped the charges of obstruction and false reporting. It wasn't mercy, it was a certainty. Certainty that he would never again see freedom. The sentence, 57 years in prison. Valerie's family sat in the courtroom as the words were read aloud. For them, there would be no true justice.
I'm devastated. My daughter didn't deserve this. And we just want answers right now. We just want answers as to why. Why would you do this? Because her and him had a bond, like they were friends. And
So we thought.
Yeah. There's gonna be a hole there forever. There was a hole there, and we thought she was out there somewhere. There was a hole, and it's never gonna be filled. Just like half your family's gone.
I don't know how somebody could do anything like this. The man's a monster, and his wife needs to be prosecuted with her.
Absolutely.
She knew everything about it too, I'm sure.
No sentence could balance the scales for the loss of a daughter, a sister, a bright 17-year-old whose life was just beginning. Her mother, Sheena Sandifer, told reporters afterward that she had always worried about Valerie meeting strangers online, but never imagined the real danger was next door, hiding behind the smile of a trusted neighbor. Patrick Scott left the courtroom in shackles, his head low. The small town of Arlington, Indiana, left with the memory of a girl betrayed by someone she trusted most. It was a case that began with hope, the hope that a missing girl had simply run away, that she'd be found safe, that her story would end differently. But in the small town of Arlington, Indiana, hope turned into horror. 17-year-old Valerie Tindall didn't vanish into the night. She didn't climb into a pale blue car. She was betrayed, strangled, and buried by the very man her family trusted, her neighbor, her boss, the man who sat across from detectives and lied again and again. Patrick Scott thought he could bury the truth under layers of wood, plastic, and concrete. But truth has a way of clawing itself to the surface, and when investigators finally pried open that box, they unearthed not just Valerie's remains, but the darkness Scott had tried to keep hidden. Now he sits in prison, sentenced to nearly 6 decades behind bars. Valerie's family is left with memories of a girl who loved the outdoors, who had just begun to find her way in the world, stolen before she ever had the chance to live it. And the lingering question remains, how many times do monsters hide in plain sight, cloaked as neighbors, friends, even protectors, until the mask slips and the truth comes out?